Hello, everybody. Welcome to this studio vlog. I wanted to intro here about what I'm currently doing and also give a little, life update. So right now I am crocheting the tiniest little scarf. This is for a textile piece, which you will see me make in this vlog. That I think turned out pretty cute. But I wanted to kind of give an update on things. So we'll start with the end of 2025. I was ending the year severely burnt out and overall not doing great. For most of 2025, I was trying to pursue reselling as my main source of income. I've been doing reselling for a while, but more as a side hustle, but I tried to have it be my full-time, and that just did not work. I know it works for some people, but for me it was just the amount of stress did not match the amount of money it was bringing in. So I decided to take a break from that, and actually for the month of January I told myself I would I started on a big project of deep cleaning my entire house. Just as a way to kind of clear out my head while I cleared out my house, and then also just to start whatever the next phase was with a clean house. So in that time, I did a lot of reflecting, and I have re-decided that I want to be an artist. And I've tried to have art be my full-time job in the past, and it hasn't really worked out. But I think this time around, I've learned a lot of lessons, and I just feel like I'm ready for it. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I have a whole plan for actually the whole year where I'm just going to kind of slowly add things to my art business. So the first thing was in January was I started posting YouTube videos again, and I'm going to be trying to post a video every week. That might end up moving to like every 2 weeks as other things get added, but for now we're going to do weekly videos. And then in February, the addition is going to be revamping my Etsy store. I have some vintage stuff and also some of my own art on my Etsy shop, and I'm gonna do a whole refresh and Etsy drop, I guess, at the end of February. So that's what's coming up, and then a bunch more the rest of the year. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So feel free to subscribe and follow my journey as I try to make art my full-time gig. So yeah, that's kind of it for the intro. But enjoy the rest of this vlog, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, hello. I have been working on this little cat guy, or I think she's a lady actually. And I forgot to film kind of a little bit of today, but yeah, this is how it's turning out so far. I think she's really cute. I need to knit. I'm gonna knit another section of scarf that's gonna like hang down. But I cut out the boots out of little scraps of leather, and I think they turned out really cute. And then the little coat, the little scarf. I'm debating if I want to add a hat or if I just want maybe like a little bow. That could be cute. And I could do it the same pink as the socks. That might tie in nicely. But yeah, next up is I'm going to knit another little piece of scarf using the tiniest crochet hook I think exists. Probably not. And then this really thin yarn. And yeah, I think it's turning out really cute. I'm excited about it. After all this is done, next step is sewing it all down onto this piece of denim. And then I might end up, this is pretty thin. I think it's fake leather. I have just like a whole bunch of random leather scraps. And I think that this is, yeah, fake leather. And it's pretty thin. So I'm debating if, I think my sewing machine will be able to handle it. But I also might just hand sew the boots, just to be safe. And also because I had the idea of sewing like a design on them. And so then maybe I won't sew all the way around. I'll just sew the design on them. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing with that. But I'm having a lot of fun with this project. So, yee. So first of all, I got my, come on, say hi to the camera. I have my studio assistant here with me. Can you see him? Yeah, there he is. He'll hang out. So, I, first of all, remembered I have a camera. I've been using my phone to vlog for a while, and I forgot that I have a camera that's much higher quality than my phone. So, now you can see my evening sleepy time vibes in HD. Anyways, I am working on my little cat friend, and I've got all of the pieces that I need the sewing machine for done. I think it's turning out cute. I made one of the shoulders. I made it a little bit too, I wanted this to be more underneath the coat, kind of like the other side is. So that didn't line up as I had hoped, but that's okay. Next step is sewing on all of the hand sewing stuff I need to do. So I'm going to sew on buttons to the jacket. Cosmo, stop. Sorry. My son is misbehaving. You're going to stay with me for now. I need to sew on the buttons, and I need to sew on the little scarf that I made. And then I also need to sew, I'm going to embroider the face. I just got back from the thrift store. My favorite thrift store in the world, Retails. It's the charity shop that benefits the Humane Society. So I know my dollars are going to a good cause, and I thought I would do a little haul. So yeah. First thing, I always look for frames when I'm at the thrift shop. Mostly because I like selling my prints. Which, let's make sure these will fit. Yeah, I like selling my prints in frames. At my vintage booth, it's just, I find they sell quicker and I can sell them for a little bit more. So I got that 8x10 frame, and then, which hopefully this will fit fine. Okay, I'll need to back them, but that's fine. But I got some square frames, which is exciting because I have this square print. Here's the square frame. It's not quite the same size, so I'll have to like mount it or something. But yeah, I know you don't find square frames often, so I thought that, and I ended up getting 2 of these square frames. These were $2.49, so I figured these would be good for selling prints at my booth. And then I also got some yarn. These were kind of expensive. This was $5.99 to $6. But it was this cone of, it says it's wool. I actually have no way of knowing if there's wool because there's no actual label, but the bag said wool. But I just really like the texture, and it reminded me kind of sheep, so I think I might, once I eventually build a punch needle frame, I think it'd be fun to make a sheep punch needle. And then I also got this, which also says it's a wool blend. This was $4.99, so $5. And it's just this nice like brown and orange. I don't know what I'll use this for, whether punch needling or crocheting or knitting or something. But yeah, I just really like the color. I also got some. This is like knitting accessories. I mainly just needed the counters. I've also thought about getting more into knitting. I have some needles, but these were just some fun accessories, and they have, yeah. So this was $3.49. Spent a little more today than I probably should have, but whatever. Another thing I got that I've been wanting to do was one of my favorite YouTube creators, which if you have not heard of them, you gotta go binge all of their videos, Tiny Little Egg. She has done this series of painting on these little like blocks of, you know, just random house decor, and painting on it. So these were all like less, they were $1.49 each. And I just think they would be nice to paint on. So I'll sand them, gesso them, and then, yeah, we'll paint something on them. I got this pad of pink paper. I like this kind of paper for cutting down and using in my planner. So this was just, it was 50 cents. And then lastly, what I got is more yarn, but in the form of sweaters. I browsed through the clothes and looked for sweaters that had like natural fiber content and a nice color, and I'm going to unravel them for the yarn. So we've got this red one, and this one I think was 100% cotton. yeah, 100% cotton. And then I think most of them are 100% cotton. And then this purple one, which also has some buttons, I will also be harvesting. I just really like the color. And then also this yellow one. And this one also has nice buttons that I will be stealing. And those two are both 100% cotton. And then this one was part linen, part cotton. And it's just a black. But yeah, I'll wash them first, which I feel like also having them in sweater form makes them easier to wash. And then I will unravel them and harvest them for yarn. And those were $4 each sweater, which for how much yarn I think I'm going to be able to get from them is a pretty good deal. So yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, hello. I think maybe zoom in a little bit would be good. Okay. Hi, so I have been cleaning, and in my cleaning, whenever I have found a little scrap of thread or yarn, I have added it to this pom-pom maker. And I think this one is done. So I think I'm gonna finish this pom-pom. And then I also found a bag full of smaller like scraps of yarn. And I went through it and took out the pieces that I think were too small to do any like crochet or anything with. And I've put them all in this basket. And so after I make this one, I think I'm gonna turn these into pom-poms. Not sure how many this will make, maybe just one or two, but yeah. And I think I watched a video on how to do this, and I think it's just a matter of like, I cut down here on both sides and then put it together, and I'll use some yarn to tie it around. So I think I'll get this yarn out first. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm scared of cutting it and then it just all falling apart, but that's what the tutorial said to do. Okay, and then we just take this guy, oh wait, let me, that's a little pom-pom. Okay, I think I'm gonna tidy this up with my scissors, and we'll see what it looks like at the end. Okay, I know it's not perfect, not perfectly round, but I kind of am obsessed with it. I love all the different colors and the different textures, and I just think it's so... Come on, camera, focus on it. There we go. I kept the string I used to cut it just so I could tie it up to something. But it's so messy and amazing, and I love it. Okay. Now we must make another one. I also kind of want to somehow save this thread, but I don't know how. That's kind of fun too. Don't know what I'll do with that, but that's fine. Okay. And I'm happy with the size of pom-pom, so I'm happy with this specific pom-pom maker. So now onto, here, I'll zoom out a little bit. Onto this bin of random scraps. I think I like all these colors together as well, so I think I'm just gonna pull randomly from it and make pom-pom. I'm curious to see how this hank of thicker stuff turns out. Maybe I think I'll break it in half, just so that it's not too much. And I think I'll try to make it thicker, because I think this is pretty thick, but like I think we can get more.